Hey, we're here. We have audio. Can you believe it?
We do. Greetings, everyone. This is I'm right,
I'm right,
but I'm really right.
but I'm right a lot. I'm right a lot. A lot.
I like to let him think that.
A lot.
I'm Jill Cox Cordova.
And I'm Anthony Cordova.
Welcome, welcome,
Yes,
welcome.
welcome. And before we get into the show, as you all know, Fireside has changed a bunch of stuff. So if we look like we're just
Just
zoomed and all you
gigantic.
just pinch us down,
We
pinch
are
us
larger
down.
than life, though.
And are we?
We are.
Okay. But yeah, just pinch us
Yeah, just
down
take.
so you can see us. Yeah, there.
So I'd like to welcome our audience. We
Yes.
have Connie and Ronaldo.
Hi, Connie
Hey,
and Ronaldo.
hey. We have May,
May, I
the
see
poet.
May the poet.
Hey,
Ooh,
hey.
yay.
And we have Colleen.
Colleen,
Hey.
hello, Colleen. Colleen. Oh, I'll get it out. Yeah, I'll get it. I'll get it. Yeah, just hang in
The
there. Talk to us.
coffee taking effect yet?
Yeah, I had some coffee before the show. I was dragging a little bit, so
I
gotta
can't drink coffee
juice
at
it up
this
a little bit.
hour. If I did, I would be awake until like Saturday.
Saturday.
Yeah.
Oh,
I would
cool,
stay awake till Saturday. And then
cool.
I would go
Time
to
to
sleep.
party then. We
No,
can party
you
until
have a
Saturday.
ginormous show on Saturday, so I feel like you need me to be awake for
Oh,
that.
yes, I do, because you are the producer of that show, and that
It has
show
a lot of
has.
moving parts
That
this
is
Saturday.
exactly what I was going to say. A lot of moving parts. It's going to be like Dave and Sam show. You
Oh,
just got. You're going to
yeah,
have to be
their show
pushing
every week
buttons.
has a
Yes,
lot of
you're
moving
going to have to
parts.
be pushing a lot of
That's
buttons.
right.
And being that Jill usually doesn't push the
I don't push the
buttons,
buttons.
it's going to be interesting.
It will be. It will be. You might have audio. You might not.
I forgot about that. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
that's true. That's
Yup.
true. So,
Yeah.
but I
So,
won't nag you about it.
which is our topic tonight. Good segue.
See, I can even do that sometimes. Yes, I can. I really hope because lately our audience has been quiet,
Oh,
like quiet. I don't like it when the audience quiet. I like to hear them
you
speak. I
like to
like to
hear them
hear their
speak?
opinions. I like to even like May writes comments a lot,
She
so
just
that's
wrote a couple of
cool.
comments.
And we'll see if Colleen will come and talk when we start getting into this. I would love to hear what Colleen has to say about the topic in nagging. Stop nagging me, Jill. My goodness, I'll get
I
it
have never
done.
nagged you in my entire life.
But when it comes to nagging, someone nagging you, I wonder if that fits in the same category as like honeydew list. You know
I
about
don't give you
honeydews?
those either.
Yeah, Jill really does
I really
not give
do
me
not. My mother gives you honeydew lists.
honeydew. Well, she tries.
She does try.
She tries.
She's like, "Oh, I went and bought such and such item. Will you cook it for me?" So, but
Yeah.
no, I don't give you a honeydew list. And I mean, you can be honest. Do I nag you ever?
Well, I was thinking about that before the show.
Oh boy, that was not what I expected you to say
and
first. But
and
go ahead.
I really was. I was really thinking about it, and I don't think you do. Or if you do, I don't realize that you're doing it because you're always several steps ahead of me. Women are so much smarter than men. So Jill is always like 7 steps ahead of me.
No, I'm not.
Oh, well, like for
Especially tonight. I am
instance,
not. I'm really sleepy.
Jill, because Jill is, but for those of you that know Jill, Jill is just so sweet. She's just so sweet
That is
and
not the adjective
kind,
most people use
and
to describe me, but go ahead.
Jill is sweet and kind and loving, and Jill has been a professor, but she is like a real teacher. She can't help it. Even when she's not in a teaching position, she cannot help it. She's always going that extra step, to try to, teach someone something that maybe they didn't know about or things they didn't know. So
That
you're
makes me
sweet.
sound like a know-it-all. I'm not that
I
either.
didn't say you were a know-it-all. I said you were a teacher. You are a teacher at heart. You're always
Well, if
willing to
someone asks me
teach.
a question, if I know the answer, I
Yes,
do go into
yes,
teaching
yes,
mode.
exactly. So with that being said, you don't nag me.
I don't. I really don't.
However,
Uh-oh.
however,
Uh-oh.
Jill will say something to me like, um, Tony, did you add that link to your business card? And we only
You needed to
use
do that.
we only you see
That was
we
just a
you
question.
see we only use electronic business cards now.
Digital.
Digital,
Yes.
yes, digital business cards. Okay, so that's what we use. And recently, I my website went live.
Like
No to be
yesterday.
still.com.
Yep.
Do you want to tell them how to spell it, Jill?
KNOW, the number 2, the letter B, still,
Yes.
STILL.com.
No to be still.com. However, we didn't, not we. Thank you for the applause. I forgot to put the link on my business card. And actually, it didn't even cross my mind. I'm going to be serious from the beginning. Didn't cross my mind. Didn't think about it. And then Jill says, did you put a link for your business card to your website?" I said, no, I didn't. Thanks for, bringing that to my attention. I'll take care of it. And then, maybe, I don't know, the next day,
2
or
days later.
it wasn't 2 days
2
later,
days later.
Jill will say,
Hey, did you
hey,
remember to
did
put
you
that?
remember to put the link on your business card? And I say, oh, no, no, no. I didn't. I really didn't give it a thought. I was doing other stuff. And then she'll say, maybe hours later, did you put that link on your business card?
Now, most of the audience knows that sometimes on this show, you
this
will wear a shirt that says, I forgot,
I was going
period.
to wear that shirt. I had that shirt on today, and I was going to wear it, and I was like, "Oh, this is not going to be the day to wear that because she's going to use it against me." So I didn't wear that shirt this evening. However, so that is like Jill's form of nagging. Like,
That is
did
not
you?
nagging. That's
That's
just
your
reminding.
form. That's your form of nagging. That's not real
Well,
nagging, but
Connie wants to know what your definition of nagging is.
that's Jill's definition of that's my definition of Jill nagging. That is, but someone
No,
else
she in
nagging.
general. What is nagging to you?
Nagging is somebody just keeps saying the same stuff for me, trying to get me to do the same thing, just trying to get me to do it, and it's like,
Like a pest?
yeah,
Like
yeah,
nah,
it's like,
nah,
yeah,
nah,
yeah,
nah.
yeah, 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 we gotta get that done. Did you do it yet? It gotta get done. It gotta get done. Did you do it? Do it.
What is
Do it.
this
Do it. Do it. Do
voice?
it. That's how I hear it.
Oh.
that's, that's how I hear it. But
I
I'm
never do
chill.
that.
I'm chill. I might be like, yeah, 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 I'll take care of it. But now. I'm like, what
That
the?
is never me.
What the heck?
That is never me.
That's
You have to admit that is never me.
that's nagging.
But that is
That's
never
my
me.
definition of nagging.
But you're
Just
trying to tell the audience that I have a different way of doing that.
yes,
Do you still
yours
hear
is
it that way? Oh
yes.
boy. Oh. Oh.
No, 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 no,
Really?
no, no.
So you're telling me,
No, 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 no,
no,
no, no, no,
no,
no.
no, let me make
No,
sure
no,
I'm
no,
hearing you
no, no,
correctly.
no, 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 no.
You're telling me that my reminding you to do something that you actually forgot to do and that you actually need to do comes across as nagging to you.
No, 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 no. It doesn't. That's your form. You're nice and you're kind and you're peaceful with it. You don't raise your voice.
You said you heard
Yeah.
it the same.
No, no, that wasn't. I misspoke. I misspoke. So, so, so yeah, but no, Jill doesn't nag me.
I will remind you to do things because I do believe that you forget.
And well, I'll tell you one thing. She does. She says, "This is what she says." She says it a lot. You do stuff for everybody else. You build stuff for everybody else. You build everybody. Everybody else gets built. You build stuff for them, but you don't build anything for me. You
You
don't
did do
make
the piano
anything for
behind
me.
us and some other things that are in this room. You did do that. But when I
I
have
do
a
more
same
stuff
request as
for
someone
you.
else, you'll tell me no, but you'll go out of your way to do it for other people.
One
You will
example.
say that. A
Give
closet.
give me one. I got paid for that.
Not the second time. You did not.
That was for the kids. That was for
I'm
the
family.
kids. You're
I'm
not a
your
kid.
wife. I am your wife.
All of the
I am
stuff,
family.
all of the stuff I do for you here. I just put up. I There's these hanging
You did do that. Thank you.
bookshelves.
Thank you. I'm
You
very
can hang books off of them and stuff.
yes. It takes
And
it. It's
and I
very
did
space
I did
saving.
the moment these things came in, I put them up.
Yep.
I put them up.
And
I,
then
I
told me
put
to
them up.
order two more
And
because you
yeah,
you liked it,
yeah. So I
which
put
I
them
was
right
very
up.
glad to do. He didn't
No
have to tell me
problem.
twice.
See, I do stuff for you. Chop chop.
I never said you didn't
You
do
do stuff,
anything for me.
but don't act like I don't do anything
I
for
do
you.
not. I said there's
And
specific
then
things that you
and
don't
then
do for me.
look, understand the things that I don't do that Jill wants. These aren't little small things. She's like,
But you did it for other
listen,
people. So I've seen
listen.
it. You've set a precedent.
But they took initiative. I told them, pick out what you want, and I will build it. Okay, just pick it out. I'm telling you to pick out
And then
what
when
you
I
want.
start showing you stuff, and like that doesn't work. So
No,
I'm like,
no,
well,
no,
then
no.
you
You
pick
just
it.
show me pictures, but this is
Yeah,
design. You have to know, oh, I want the shelves here. I want it this high. I
I
want
don't think
this
like
high.
that.
I
That
want
is not
drawer.
the way my mind
Well,
works.
that is why
But
it
you know
doesn't
that's not the
happen.
way my mind works. So
That's
if
the way.
you're so I expect you to take my vision and what my descriptions are and
And,
turn that into something.
don't worry, you'll get your closet. Oh, you'll get your closet. Don't worry about it. There's even stuff I do for me that I don't do. I don't do. Look, I put off rebuilding the boat. I got halfway done and I stopped for like 4 years.
Yes.
4 years. But
True.
look, let me
True
get see.
story.
Jill's trying to get me off topic.
I
But
am not.
listen, listen,
How am
listen,
I getting you off
listen,
topic?
listen to this.
Everybody still wants to know what is
Li-
nagging. May
listen.
just asked
Well,
again.
I'm getting ready to get to that.
Okay.
So yeah, Jill in general does not nag me, but I'm leading
In
up to it.
general.
I'm leading up
I
to
heard
this.
in general.
I have to build to this. I have to build up to a crescendo. I gotta build. So listen. This is what happens. She'll say,
This should be
"I
good.
I need a writing studio."
I've been saying that for see how long we've been married? 17 years. I've been saying that for like 17 years.
So I'm like, yeah, well, I'll make the office as comfortable as possible
And
for
you did.
writing and all of this, and I did that. And Jill had no input. I did it for her. I went
And
out
I
and
like it.
found everything that I needed to make it feng shui and all of that, everything. And she would tell me what ideas she had, and I would implement them.
You
Okay,
did. Yes.
but
No complaint.
she's still with, I want a writing studio. So she's still not happy with what I did for her. I
No,
want
I'm
a writing studio.
happy.
I want, no, no, no,
This
listen.
this this is a
I
good
want a writing studio. I said,
compromise.
well, what? I want you to build a structure towards the back of the
I even
backyard,
showed you pictures
and
of some a structure that someone did for
and
someone I know. I showed it to you
and you need to build this structure. And I'm like, oh yeah, okay, okay.
because you can.
What does
I
it?
wouldn't ask you if I didn't
What
think
does
you
it
could do
need?
it.
What does it need to have? Oh, it needs to have this. It needs to, I have to have my, own entrance, and it has to have air conditioning and heat. And I'm like, okay, yeah, that's no biggie. And I want a, full bathroom in there. Oh, and while you're at it, I think it needs a kitchen, a small kitchenette area. Yeah, just put
I don't
that
think
in.
I said
Oh,
that.
yes, you did, because you
I
wanted to
said,
make your tea, or if you
oh,
wanted a snack, you didn't want to
well, I
have to
said a
walk to the
microwave and a
house,
refrigerator.
microwave. See, she wants a house. She wants a house.
But you also said, just
She,
last week, you said, hey, we have 4 studios in our house. Wouldn't it be nice if they were all self-contained so that we didn't have to move equipment to all different
yeah, that
levels
would
of the
be cool,
house
but
and all different.
that's not happening right now. It's not.
But I'm
It's
saying
so
that
it's the
you added
same,
on to it.
but it's just,
You added on to
why
it, so it's
not?
not just me.
Why not? Because I know it's not going to happen anytime soon.
Well, I
This,
know that too.
but she keeps bringing it up. I want a writing studio. I want to see, my friend has a writing studio. See, she just brought it up a second ago. My friend had, hey, here's a picture of my
And
friend's
she
writing
showed it to
studio.
you. You met her and
Here's a
she showed
picture
you
of
a
my
picture
studio.
and she told you all about how
Yeah,
her husband made that for her
that's
as
right.
an anniversary gift. How beautiful is that?
But
But
her husband is really retired. He's got a lot of
well,
time on his
you can't
hands.
blame me
Chill,
for your wanting to do a
chill.
gazillion shows
You,
and all these other businesses that we talked about last
you,
week. You
you,
can't blame me for the way your mind
we
thinks.
have to survive. Okay,
I
this is
know.
not blame,
I
because
know.
we have to survive. We have to make money. So I've worked for myself my whole life. So when it's time for me to make some money, I start another business. Okay, that's just plain and simple. So we have to make money. So I don't have a
I'm with
lot
you
of
there.
time to build, nor do I have the excess money needed, even if I'm going to build it. And lumber is at an all-time high right
Well,
now.
I know
So it would be
I know that
very
because you've been
expensive to
working on
build, even
building
if I
your
do it.
boat for the last 4 years. I know
Yeah,
that it's going to take time, but because you are the man who wears the shirt that says I forgot, period,
I
I
didn't.
feel the need to
No,
remind you every now and
I
then of
promise
the
you.
one thing that cuz I
I
answered this. Do I ask for a lot often? No, I do
no.
not.
Hey, check
My
this out.
requests are
Check this out.
consistent. I have consistently asked
But check
for
this
the
out.
writing studio.
She doesn't ask for a lot.
I
She
don't.
might ask. She might ask for a penthouse in New York.
That was
she
19 years
doesn't. She doesn't
ago. That's
ask
not
for
on the
much.
list anymore. That was
She's
19 years
but she
ago when I
look.
was a different person with a different
Then
lifestyle.
she'll say, "You owe me a two-seater convertible convertible sports car."
Because you sold my car and made me drive someone whose energy was all over someone's
I
car whose energy was all over that car and it was horrible to get in. It was horrible experience. So
no.
yes, I did
So
say that you owed me that car. And
that's right.
to your
Why?
credit to everyone, he did get me that car.
There
I
you
do have
go.
my two-seater sporty car.
But let me tell you, that was one she wasn't gonna let me get by with.
Because it was horrible every time I got into the other
Yeah,
car
but
that you sold my car and you bought this other car that was just full of negative energy. I couldn't stand
it
it.
it was part of the plan. was part of the big plan.
that you didn't share with me until after the fact, till I was
No,
complaining about the energy of the car.
understand. I did share it with you. You just weren't hearing it. And
Well, I
that's the
felt
truth.
it. I
That's the
felt
truth.
it.
You weren't hearing it. I told you, oh yeah, I'm gonna take this car. I'm gonna buy this one, and I'm gonna buy that one.
You
You can
didn't say you
drive
were going to
this.
buy that specific car.
You. I said I'm gonna get this car. I'm gonna sell your other car. I'm gonna get this car. I'm gonna do something to this car. Then I'm gonna sell that car, and then we
But you
can
didn't
get
tell me
your
the
other
car
car.
that you were going to,
I
the
did tell you
interim
that.
car.
I did tell you that, but you
When
weren't
you bought
hearing me.
it, you did.
I told you that from the beginning, but you kept. Ah, 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 ah.
There we go again.
I don't
So,
want that car.
so
I
audience,
don't want to drive
clearly
that car. I don't want it. I don't want
you
that
sat in that
car.
car once. You know exactly what I'm talking about.
I don't.
We have a lot of written comments that I need to go
As
through.
a
So,
matter of fact, when I had that other car for Jill, she wouldn't even drive it. She was. I'm
I
taking your
know
Jeep.
I
I'm taking
would.
your
I took
Jeep.
your car because that the energy was the negative energy was too much in that car. Okay, so May says this sounds like that we're talking about nagging. This sounds like whining or wine needing to
Wine.
open up and
Oh, wine,
breathe.
wine,
Pour a
wine.
glass,
Pour the glass of.
chill. And then
Yeah.
when we were talking about the writing studio
Yeah.
and you were describing it, Connie says like a she shed. Yes, like that. Except I'm going to use it to write.
No, let me tell you,
Um,
Connie, this she shed kept getting bigger and bigger
well, when you
and
because
bigger.
of you added the 4 studios in it. So I thought, well, if you're going to
I,
add 4 extra rooms to it, then we might as well have our
I,
workout room there and all of the other rooms. So we
well,
might as well have just another
and
house.
and and honestly, I did add a 3-car garage to it.
See? See? Tell on yourself. That's right. That's right.
But I
May
figured I might
says,
as well because I wasn't going to build it anytime soon, so I could just add stuff
and
to
yeah,
it.
and I still know that it's not going to be anytime soon.
Yeah.
May says, this sounds like a very old Cosby Show episode. Where Claire gets a room to work. Oh, I remember that episode.
Yes, yes,
Her law
yes.
practice made it possible. Uh, I think I've seen this on television, or this is just more of an original reboot. So we're
We're
rebooting that
rebooting this,
episode.
but this is real life. This is real life. Hey, since our original podcast, the original podcast of I'm Right, I'm Right, and you all have heard this before about me playing the drums and uh annoying everybody in the house with it. So
Well, you
there's
had this knack of only playing it when I was sitting down to write.
I didn't know that. I didn't know that. Anyway, I didn't know that. I didn't know that. I see drums, I play drums. See drums, play
That
drums.
is
That's how it
exactly
happened.
right.
But
You do. Like, oh,
there's a
there's drums.
there's a small room in our basement, a very small room. It's really just kind of I have, tools and lawn equipment and stuff in it right now. But, Jill got there the idea of, why don't you turn that into your drum room and soundproof it and all of that. And that actually wouldn't be so expensive to do because all I have to do is insulate it, put a soundproof door on it and all of that. And it wouldn't be that difficult. But it hasn't happened yet either.
Like I
See?
said,
So it's
I know it's
okay.
going to
I
take.
can't do everything.
I understand that. I
Not
understand that. But
everything.
I have not been. Well, I have been mentioning the writing studio all along. But did you ever wonder why? Like you did give me a space, create a space for me upstairs that I do feel it does spark creativity for me.
There you
So,
go. All
but
good.
did you wonder why I still mentioned the writing studio?
Probably because you don't want to share the room with me.
It's would be the one room that's completely mine. You have that room. You have the
But
whole basement that's completely yours, other than the garage side of
yeah, but
it.
the basement, our basement is. I got tons and tons and tons of tools because I do all of this stuff. But but just like other people's basements, it's the storage area. So, everything heads to the basement. Just stuff, bunch of stuff down in the basement. It's all stored down there. Like, we have like equipment for everything. If we wanted to do an event somewhere, anywhere, hotel ballroom or something, we wouldn't have to use any of their equipment. We already have that stuff. So it's stored in the basement.
But my point is, you have a room that only you pretty much use. Like we
Everything's down there.
well, we
Freezers are
might go
down
down
there.
to that.
Refrigerators are down there. All
Sure,
kinds of
sure. So
stuff.
people may come in and out of it, but it's really my mother who lives with us and I consider it your room. So I would just like my room. And it seems more feasible instead of building a room onto this house to have its own separate structure where I could go
It's
in it, I could write, everyone will know
it's
that that's what I'm doing, so no one hopefully will
it's
interrupt me.
well,
So I just need that kind of space to be as creative as I can be.
well, in all honesty, it's not that I don't want you to have it. I want you to have it.
But
It's the same as usual. These things cost money and time. If I'm going to build it, it costs money and time.
I understand
If we hire people to build it,
it's going to
it
cost money.
costs three times as
Right.
much
For their time.
for that
I
time and
understand.
materials and all of that. And that's just not in the budget.
I
It's not in the
understand. But
budget.
I'm just saying
Sorry.
with all
But
these,
so
businesses and shows you're creating, like when the money starts rolling in,
well, that's what
that
I'm
needs to
getting
be on
at.
the list.
Yes. When that starts happening, things will start to get done. Like a motorcycle. Maybe we need a houseboat. Maybe. And then your writing studio. I'm only joking. I'm only
I don't
joking.
think you
Your
are.
writing studio is on the top of the list.
That has what else on it?
What do you mean? No, that's it. That's the top of the list. Your writing studio is on
And what else
a
is on that
number
list?
one. A number one. Well, knowing me, once I do my research and find out how much it is, because in all honesty, I don't think I'm going to build it. So we'll have to pay somebody to build it. But um, if I see that this writing studio is going to cost $100,000, okay, and it could very well to get somebody else to build it with everything you want in it. It could very well end up being $100,000. So if it is $100,000, hmm, hmm, well, is it necessary to build it for $100,000? We could actually go sell this house, get another house that's $100,000 more, and make sure it has enough rooms in it to where you can have your writing studio. It would be, in some cases, it will be cheaper to buy another house that's bigger than this one and just move there and you have your writing studio.
But I have never put the cost of the writing studio that high.
But I do that because you don't know.
Well, no, I don't know,
You don't know.
but I just don't. I can't
Okay.
imagine it being that much. If it's just a writing studio, now if it has
If
the
it's
four
just a
studios
she
in it
shed,
and
yes.
all of that in it, then okay.
Yeah, but if it's just
I mean, if it becomes the size of another house, then I
but
get it.
but look, if it's just a she shed, even a she shed can run you, once you really do it right, it can run you 25, 30, 40, $50,000. Matter of fact, I did research on this. See, it's not like I don't pay attention and
I
I'm
never
just
accused
trying
you
to
of
put
that.
this off. But there is a place in, I think they're in Chattanooga, and that is their specialty, building she sheds. And you can customize it, do whatever you want, any way you want. And one that you would like um, was 40 40 something $1,000, um, and kind of up.
You said one that I would like. What,
Yes, one
like,
that you would
what
like. That
did
would
it?
have all the stuff in it. So,
Okay.
bathroom, everything, air conditioning, heating, all of that. A small kitchenette, so you wouldn't have to, room for sink, and really comfortable. Right lighting, just really, really nice. Um, would cost that much. And I could get the price down because you could buy it with just the outside, and then I could.
There's things flying around.
Yeah, we got some gnats and stuff flying around. So we could do that, and I could do all the interior of it. So you can just buy it for the outside, for the exterior, and then I can build all the interior on it. But even one like that was still $25,000 or so, or something like that. And then we get back into the same thing. Do I have the time to do it? You know? So again, if the she shed got to be too expensive, it might be better for us to just
But hey, I still don't
move.
see. I mean, I know everybody calls me bougie, but I'm not that bougie where I need $100,000 writing studio. Connie suggested that we look at tiny homes, which we did look
Yeah,
into that.
did you look into prices of tiny homes? Tiny homes, yes, will cost you 60,000 up. Yep, for a tiny home.
Yep.
So it's still the same issue. So, yeah, I check this stuff out. I research everything that Jill wants, that I want. I research everything.
You do.
So, like I have been trying to buy a piece of equipment for this other business I'm getting ready to launch, and I needed this to I needed it. Just doesn't matter what piece of equipment it was. And for me, it's kind of pricey. But I looked for like 2 months for this piece of equipment, and I finally got one. Well, I'm going to pick it up soon. So anyway, that's what I do. I do my research. I find it, the best price I can on stuff, and then it may turn out that I say, not now, can't do it. Just
You do.
costs
You
too
do.
much, too much.
I'd like
So
to welcome Monica and Charlie to the show. Welcome, welcome,
Monica
welcome.
and Charlie, what's up?
We're talking about nagging. So far, Tony has made this show about me allegedly, supposedly,
Now,
apparently nagging him.
but
But did you ever think that
then
you
maybe
nagged
I
me?
nag. Maybe I'm
Do
the
you think
nag.
you have nagged
Jill,
me?
well, let me tell you this about Jill. Jill has a very, very low tolerance to me asking her to do something. Very low tolerance.
That is not
Oh,
true.
that's why she's laughing so hard.
That is so not
Because
true.
it's
I
true.
thought you were going to say to technical issues.
No, no, no,
If
no.
it's technical,
Uh-uh.
no, I
No.
have no
For
tolerance for
me
it.
to ask Jill to do something, she
That is
has
not
a
true.
low, low,
That
low
is not
tolerance.
true. How much have I done for you lately? What have
Oh,
I done for
you
you
do.
lately?
You do. I didn't say that you don't do stuff. You do a lot of stuff for me. The stuff you're good
Even
at,
when you
you
ask
do it.
me, a lot of times
You
I'll
do
just
it.
do it. But
You do
sometimes when
it.
you ask me, I'm like, okay, and I done.
Sometimes.
Depends on what it is. or or
Sometimes.
or
That, that,
here's the situation, or when it is that you ask me. So
See,
if I'm working in my
I don't
day
have time.
job,
I don't have time for
if I'm
that.
working in my something is really flying around. If I'm working at my
Mhm.
day job, which I do from home, in the office that we share, and you're like, hey, can you do such and such? Well, no, right now I cannot. I cannot.
No, there's sometimes Jill is doing nothing. And she's relaxing. She's
That's your
relaxing.
perception.
She's
That is
relaxing.
so your perception.
You
Because
are
sometimes I
you are
work so
watching
hard.
Sherry Shepherd.
Sometimes I work so hard that I just need, see, that's why I need the writing studio. I could just go there and just be me, instead of somebody asking me to do something. You don't realize
Yeah.
in my day, in my
Oh no, I
work, in
do.
my
I do.
everyday life, people ask
I
me to
do.
do things
I
non-stop.
know, Jill. We
So
share an
sometimes
office.
I know. So
We
you hear
share
them. You
office.
hear
I
them
know.
like, hey, will you
I
do
wear
this? Will you do that? Will you do this? Will
I
you do
wear
that?
I wear headphones all day
But he
at work.
sees my actions. He sees my, like sometimes I'm like, ah.
Yeah,
Um,
and I try not to bother you. I try not to
you
bother
do,
you.
you
But
do.
but
You will
no, but
often
just
you will ask nicely, like,
but
hey, when you get a moment, can you do such and such? I can't do it right now. And then 5 minutes later, okay, I can. What did you want me to
no,
do?
no, I take you into consideration all the time, Jill, when I ask you to do something. So I really do. And even sometimes you'll tell me, I'll do it. You'll just say, I'll do it. And I said, no, I'll do it. Nah, you don't need to do it because you'll screw it up. But I need to help you out. I need to help you out. You got too much on your plate.
But
So
it's
I'll
not
do
helping
it.
me if I have to go back
I'll
behind
do
you
it.
and fix it.
But
If
I,
that's not helping.
but I
If I
say,
did it in the first place, it would be done.
but I say, don't worry about it. Let things fall. I hope you all can see us because I keep getting a message that our signal quality is bad. But but I just do it. I just do it. And yes, I may make some errors. But when I really shouldn't be doing something, I'm like, Jill, I've never done that before. I don't have experience with that. I don't know anybody. Just go do it. You can do it. Go ahead, do it.
Because
Then I'll screw
I
it
have
up.
faith in you. And then I'm like, oh,
you
you were
are
right.
you are
You can't do that.
you should pay attention to me. See, I am very willing to try to learn new stuff, and I do all the time. I
So you're
learn.
not one of those types of people that if you don't want to do something, you'll purposely screw it up
No, no,
so
no,
that you
no.
never have to do it again.
Nope,
No.
nope. That
Okay.
is not me. I will do my best, but some of us need to realize that sometimes we can't do everything. Sometimes that is not my skill set. I just can't do it. Like um, you ask me to edit anybody's writing, it's gonna be worse than when it started if I edit it. I'm not an editor. I'm not. I'm not. Nope. I can't do
Well,
it.
that I do know about
Yes,
you.
I can't
I
do
do
it.
know that about you.
You ask me to write a short story, I can write that short story, bim bam boom, zippity zip zip.
It just needs editing.
But don't
That's
ask me to
all.
edit my own work. It's not.
Well,
It's not gonna
it's
happen.
hard to edit your own work anyway, because
Yeah.
you see what you think is
Yeah,
there.
I know that is not my expertise. I cannot. And, and it's not that I'm not willing to learn, but it just it doesn't matter. I will never be proficient at it.
Right.
You know.
So I'm seeing messages that you can't see me. So if I'm off screen, just pinch whatever
Yes.
device you're looking on, and
Pinch it down and
and
it'll come
it'll
in.
make the video go down.
Yes, that is Fireside. Fireside changed how this app works. And it even drove us crazy.
Until
Monica in the order
Monica
in the audience
and
told us
Chris
how to
told
fix
us,
that.
like, that's what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to
Pinch it.
pinch
Don't you know you're supposed to pinch it? Oh, I didn't know. I didn't know. We didn't have to pinch it before. Wow. For years we didn't have to pinch it. Now we got to pinch it. So yeah, and so yeah, you should be able to see us better now.
Yes.
So yeah. So but anyway, nagging for the most part we don't really nag each other. I do know Jill has a short fuse when it comes to me asking her to do stuff.
It depends
But
on when you ask
but
me.
you know what? I don't have a short fuse with it, but I never really like people telling me what to do. I've been that way since I was a kid.
But I don't think we
Um,
give each other orders.
no, we don't. We don't. That's why, we get along, okay. But
Yeah, because the minute you start giving me orders, I'm out.
yeah,
Run.
yeah. I remember when I was out in the field on a job with you when you worked at one of the networks, and Jill started barking orders at me. She sure
Because you were
did.
part of my crew.
She
You
sure
were part of
did.
my crew, and you
I'm
could
your
have been paid for it,
husband.
but you didn't. You
That's
didn't.
but
I
let's be
and
honest with
on that
that's
shoot, you were more than my husband. You were part of the crew.
but anyway, you changed the way you talk to me after that.
I did because you brought it to my attention, and I didn't mean to make you feel some kind of way.
Yeah, you
But so I didn't mean to.
Aaron,
And that's when you said,
lift that
by
bell.
the way, that is when you said, I will never work with you. And now look at you. You have me doing all sorts of things with you all the time.
Yes, we had to work out how we interact in a work situation. We did. We had to work that out, and we worked it out.
I
We
don't think
did.
we.
You don't think we worked that out?
No, I
We
think I
worked
don't
that
think we
out.
had like a conversation like, okay, this is how we have to operate. I think we just did it.
Yes, we just worked it out. That's what I'm saying. We just worked it
You
out.
keep saying the same words, but
I
I get a
know.
different connotation from what you're
Well,
saying.
let's say we worked it out by osmosis. Was that
How
better
about
for
we
you?
organically did what we needed to do? How about that?
Osmosis. Osmosis. That's how it happened.
You like that word, don't
Yes,
you?
osmosis. That's how it happened.
If you say so.
It did. Osmosis. Just, just
If
kind
you
of.
say so. So
Mm,
now, what if I said I can't work with you now? You just hired
mm.
my replacement?
I can't afford to pay anybody what you do. It's invaluable.
Well, I'm glad you see it that
It's
way.
invaluable. Look. Jill. Jill knows a lot of stuff
So do
about
you?
production
Oh,
and
yes.
and
But I'm
this and
trained.
this
That's what I
right and
did
this
for a
and
living
this
for
business
decades.
and this business that we're in. So Jill knows a lot, and it makes things run smoothly. When Jill is involved, things run smoothly.
Not
That's
always.
that's kind of the truth. You're on point, and then I'm more of the logistics person. I'm logistics and
And all the
all
equipment and
the
all of that, I have no.
electronics and
Yeah,
all of that
that is
mess.
not my expertise for
No,
sure.
absolutely not. Absolutely not. But Jill has also because she's been a producer for so many years, but she has an eye.
So
So
do you.
I learned everything from you.
No, you.
I,
I think
and
you have the
uh,
natural ability to
yeah,
see what needs to be.
yeah, yeah, yeah. But Jill keeps all that together. She keeps us tight,
I
tight.
stopped doing that a long time ago.
she keeps us
I
she keeps us
stopped.
tight.
When we had our
Yeah,
audio only show, it was like we started and ended in exactly 30 minutes.
yeah. It was a 30
It
minute
was
show, and it was
strictly a
always
30
30
minute show. It was
minutes.
always, well, except for that time
Sometimes
that
it,
you tried to trick me and added like
yeah,
10
that
minutes
didn't,
worth of music at the
yeah, that
end.
didn't work.
But
That didn't work.
but here I've been a lot more lax.
Yeah, I mean, you know, a lot of you have asked, um, how the heck do you guys have time to do 4 shows?
I don't know.
Well,
Mm.
part of it is the way we created these shows. So we wanted the shows to be as easy as possible for us to
Mhm.
produce.
Mhm. So that's why, even though we schedule shows well in advance, usually on the day of the show, maybe minutes before the show, we're like, "What's this episode about?" "Oh, yeah." So, you obviously know
Yeah.
it's totally
It's,
unscripted, but it's just really we're just talking off the top of our heads.
yeah. So we created shows where we don't have to do a whole lot of research. It's the
Right.
stuff
Which
we
is one
know.
reason why, even though we're very, we could book more guests than we
Yeah,
do.
that's why we don't
We
book a lot of
but
guests.
that's one reason why is because that's more work.
Yeah, it's a lot of work. A lot of work to put guests
That's
on.
why your show on Saturday, as we get closer to the top of the hour, you need to tell people about the show that you and Charlie are doing
Yeah,
on
yeah,
Saturday.
we're doing
And May the Poet is part of that show as
yes.
well.
Yeah, but it's the Juneteenth version of Poetic People Fighting Racism. And
Well,
Jill,
Juneteenth after the fact.
yes, after the fact, which is on the 24th of this month, this Saturday. That's what we just were saying.
Okay. I just
And
want people to understand
and
why you're calling it Juneteenth when Juneteenth has passed.
and so that show has a lot of moving parts. We've got
Hmm.
judges to deal with. We've got the contestants to deal with, and to
Hmm.
make sure they get there and understand the app and make sure the audio is right. And we
Getting
use
them on and off
different
the
mics
stage.
and making sure all of them have the right
And that you
lighting.
have the script, that you know who's coming
Yeah,
up
so
next,
that
that they
that
know who's coming up next.
that show has a lot of moving parts to it. So that is not the type of show I would do every single week
Mm-mm.
because it's a lot of work.
Mm-hmm.
So all of our shows are relatively easy for us to produce. And that's how we're able to pull it off. We're kind of on automatic. So when we launch a show, we have to put some work into it just to launch it. But probably after doing this, if we do the show 2 or 3 times, we're on automatic. It just goes. So easy.
So that's one time we don't nag, right?
It's easy peasy.
Right.
Not that difficult. We have the proper equipment. It's not that difficult. And I'm not saying it's easy, but you put the prep in to building a show. Because we don't say today, oh, we're gonna have a new show, and then 2 days later we do it. It might
No, we really
it
put some thought
it took
into
I think it took what, about 2 months or more
before we
to,
were ready to do the first one.
yeah,
Yeah.
the soul read and
In
everything
fact, the
else. Yeah.
Fireside team was like, "You ready yet?" Nope.
Nope.
We are not.
Because when we went from just doing the podcast to video here on Fireside, everything changed. It was like building a whole new show. And then even when
It is a whole new show.
and then with all the prep we did, our first show, everything went wrong.
And the second show and the third show. I think it was like the fifth show before
Yeah.
it finally went
It finally went.
smoothly.
Yeah, and it was actually all about equipment and what
And getting
works.
used to the app and things like
Yeah,
that.
and what works with
But
Fireside
we're
and what doesn't
way off
work.
topic.
Yeah, we are. But I never did nag Jill about new shows. When we develop a new show, I never nagged you. Never nag you about that stuff. You're sitting there like maybe I did,
Well,
but I did not.
if your definition of nagging is to ask the same question over and over again, to start, I'm right, as an podcast, audio only, you did have to keep asking me that
But
question
I
before I
didn't.
would,
But I
before I,
didn't nag you.
no, I didn't.
No, I didn't.
You
I
kept
would. I
asking
would.
me the
I would
same.
say, Jill, we should have a podcast. Jill, we should have a podcast. Jill, we should. Oh, maybe I did nag you.
So you said that you wanted the audience to say something. So
Please,
audience, in
audience,
the last 10
chime
minutes that we have
in.
left, does anyone want to talk to us?
Please chime in,
I think
someone.
everybody here knows what to do to
Look,
do that.
raise your hand, hit that little button that says ask, and you can ask to be on the stage and all of that. But yeah, I just wanna hear someone else's input. And like, for instance, oh, I pressed something that I probably shouldn't have pressed because my screen is going nuts.
It sure is. I don't know
Um,
what's happening on your screen.
oh, there we go. All right.
Nobody
Yeah,
wants to say
I
anything.
wanna no.
Oh,
There we go.
here
Oops.
comes Charlie.
Charlie.
Hi, Charlie. You are. Can you hear us?
Can we hear anybody?
Oh, we're not hearing you, Charlie. Are you all hearing Charlie and we're just not?
I don't hear a thing.
Can you hear me now?
Oh,
Yes, now we
yes.
hear
There we
you.
go.
Okay, cool.
It's the first time I'm using my laptop, so
Oh,
Oh, cool. Have you
yeah.
used it in anyone else's show to
No,
speak?
this is the first time. First
Oh,
time.
okay, okay.
he
I
actually
try.
said that.
Well, I know the. She's right.
I like this. This is like
I
this is
well,
like
look.
my
What I
house.
heard, what I heard was that you. This was the first time you used it in our show, but you
Yes,
did
sir.
say it's the first time you've used it.
Yes. And
Okay.
so I didn't give it any permissions for fireside or anything, so I had to go through that.
Yeah,
And
yeah, yeah, yeah.
so
I tried to use the browser one time to early on when they first opened it to browsers, and that thing didn't work, and I haven't messed with it since.
But you just have to log
But you're
in.
sounding good. Are
Yeah.
you on a separate mic or are you using the one in the computer?
and the computer, and I have some um, earbuds attached to the laptop, and that's
Uh
it.
huh.
You know.
Oh,
Sounds really good.
it does. It sounds really good.
Thank you.
Cool.
You talked
I got
about
one more
net.
question. One more
Sure.
question. Is it a Mac or is it just what is it?
This is Samsung.
Samsung. Okay, cool.
Yep.
Thanks.
And my Mac is upstairs.
Okay.
So and so it's coming in loud and clear, and I'm definitely liking it. Only because this is the one that I mainly use for the podcasting
Uh huh.
here and on the radio. So, well, not here,
That
but
sounds
on the
wonderful.
radio.
Cool.
So
Yeah, it
the
sounds really good.
well,
Yeah.
I it's you both are talking about nagging, and I had a bad day today.
Aw.
Sorry to hear that.
Because of someone
And
nagging you?
oh yeah, my boss,
Oh,
Ooh.
not not the boss at home, the boss at work.
I
Yeah.
understand. Yep. Yep.
And it really really put a bad taste in my mouth about the job now. And as you know, I just started there. So
Hmm.
um and it's easy for me to say about face because I have my pension to take care of me if I need it.
Right.
So but it's amazing how I have more life skills than my boss.
Yeah.
And I'm trying to tell her that, life experiences, and especially working in the school system. I did it for 8 years.
Hmm.
So I surpassed her on that point, as far as experience. Life experience, probably at least 16 years more than her. So, um, or more. But it's amazing how people get into so many different titles
Mm.
and they don't
Hmm.
look at the person in front of them to say, you know, hey, this guy could be my uncle, this guy could be my father, and maybe I should take in consideration some of the things that he's saying and doing.
Yeah, and I'm
Uh,
sure you mean this guy is old enough to be my uncle and old enough to
yeah,
be my father. Not that he could be
yeah, yeah,
my father.
yeah, yeah. You get that
Unless
right.
it's like that, I don't know.
Oh
No,
my
no, no,
goodness.
no.
That is
Please,
not where he was headed with
my
that.
my
Yeah.
my child would never behave like that towards me.
Uh-huh.
But
Hmm.
anyways,
So
so
yeah, nagging sucks.
I was,
Especially at work.
Yeah.
Especially at
yeah, and
work.
it's crazy how the nagging um, is coming at me kind of viciously, and then my supervisor sees it and questions it, and understands why I feel upset
Wait,
because
wait, 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 wait. So the person who's nagging you is not your boss?
it's the big boss. All right, so it would be
Oh,
number one,
okay.
and the
Okay.
totem pole it would be number one,
Okay.
and so number
Okay.
two, it's seeing my frustration and
I
saying,
understand. Okay.
"I got your back," but I don't want her to get in trouble. You know,
Hmm.
I'd rather just deal with fight my battles, and because if the lady's coming at me like that, then the number two person will probably be next in line if she kind of bucks the system or something. So I don't really want that. I can fend for myself, and because like I said, it takes me all but 5, 10 seconds, and I can say, "See you later."
Right,
I
Right.
want
right.
my I
Right.
want my last check. In this case, the other one is taking care of some things, mortgages and all that. So
Yeah,
I don't want
Right.
her to.
exactly.
So,
Right.
but that's
Well,
the
has
type.
it been your experience, Charlie, that when you have someone who nags in the workplace, that it's usually someone who either feels threatened by you in your experience because they know that
Yeah,
you know more than they do, or they
right.
just or they're insecure about something and this is how they overcompensate for it.
Yeah. I think they're insecure about some things, as far as being um, intimidated about possible moves I can make.
Mhm.
Um, I don't need to have anybody's job.
Mhm. Mhm.
Yes.
I don't. But if I wanted to kind of oversee someone, if I needed to, I'll go to HR. You know,
Mhm.
that's where I'll
Mhm.
Hmm.
go. I don't need your title. I don't need your job.
Mhm.
In
Mhm.
HR,
Yeah.
guess what? You're gonna have to pay attention to me a little bit more. And because, anyways, it just I think she's and maturity is lacking when it comes to dealing with people. And I was warned. You know what? You hate when someone warns you and you say,
Hmm.
"Nah, I'll be all right." Like the man about love over there next to you. He said, "I'll be all right." I'll be all right. I'll take care of it. No problem. And that's what I did. I just kind of just, no worries. And I should have, I should have just listened to the warnings and kind of just been a little, not shallow, but a little bit more to myself and just do the job. 8 hours,
Yeah.
do the job, boom, boom, boom. But I went in there with some church ambitions to give to everybody and help out everybody and just trying to be myself, and I think it backfired on me. So um
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
And
See.
then
Yeah.
sometimes it's not, it has nothing to do with you at all. Sometimes it's just the way that person is and they decide to make you a target, you know?
yeah, yeah, it's easy as it would could be for me to just go see the biggest boss in the building
Mm-hmm.
without even saying I'm going. I could just walk in. I
Mm-hmm.
didn't do that.
Mm.
Mm-hmm.
So, but I hate when I allow people to get me frustrated. And here it
Right.
is. I got out of work 5 hours ago, and I'm still frustrated.
But you're
Yeah.
But
human. You're
yeah,
Yeah.
human,
yeah,
and you're probably frustrated because you weren't expecting it. You know,
yeah.
so when they catch you like that, then it's like, whoa, where is this coming from?
hmm
But Connie has said to you, "Hang in there, Charlie," and I say it
Thank,
too.
thank you, Connie.
Yeah.
Hey, that's your kinfolk, so she
That's,
must
yeah,
be
It
that's
awesome.
our kin folks.
Yeah, I
is.
love it. I love it.
Yeah, yeah, but Charlie, quite often, when you get to be our age and you have tons of knowledge about so many different things, someone younger can feel threatened by
Absolutely.
that.
And they just
Now,
might be,
and,
you
and,
know,
and she might still,
ageist.
yeah, but yes, that too, and
hmm
she might think that you'll be after her job. But in reality, you're not thinking about her
Mm.
job. You're
Nope.
just trying to get a paycheck.
Only
You
thing
know what I
I'm looking,
mean?
I just
Yeah,
want my paycheck, and I'm
yeah.
looking forward to lunchtime and dismissal time. That's
Yeah.
all.
Yeah,
That's
that's
all I
right.
want.
Just get my paycheck. Let me go on. You're not trying to climb the ladder. You're not trying to take her position. You we're we're going sundown.
Mm-hmm.
We
hmm
don't have that ambition to where we're gonna
True.
try to step on somebody and all of that. Just God, chill. Just let me do
Yeah,
my
you go do your
job.
job. I'll be right here doing mine. Everything will
hmm
be good.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah, yeah. Actually, my brother might be listening now, and he's run into that same issue that you
hmm
have. People think we're trying to take over, but we're not.
Mm-mm.
No.
No, no.
Trying to
Yeah.
chill.
I'm the guy.
Yeah.
Mm.
But I hope you feel better after watching our show.
Of course,
you
of
know,
course.
laugh a little bit.
This is happy time for me when I'm with you two. So I love it.
Yeah, for
Back
us
at you.
too. Yeah,
Yep.
for us
Thank you.
too.
Thank you.
All
Thank you.
right. Well, thanks for coming up. I'm just happy that we got to talk to one of our
And
audience members, and
you really enhanced the conversation, so I
yeah,
appreciate your
and that's
comments.
the thing.
Thank you.
Whenever an
Thank you.
audience member comes up, the show just gets better.
Mhm.
It doesn't matter.
Anytime.
Yeah.
I can't keep my mouth shut. So come on anytime.
Really, Charlie? Really?
Love it.
All
I,
right.
I'm
Again,
going to
thanks for
use that for
coming
a
up.
commercial. I'm using that for a commercial. Take care,
All right.
y'all.
All right,
You
you
too,
too.
Charlie. And speaking of Charlie, again, this coming Saturday, the 24th at 9 o'clock p.m. Eastern, Tony and Charlie are teaming up and they're doing a poetry slam together with ever how many
Let's.
contestants. I
Yeah,
forgot.
it's gonna.
5, 7, something like that.
Yeah,
And it's a
somewhere in
judged
there.
contest with money as prizes. So I'm really excited to hear
Money
what.
and prizes. And by the way, everyone, this is just Charlie and I giving back to the community. We've charged no
As
one
Charlie
for this
does
event.
every day.
Yeah, we've taken no money. All the prize money has come out of our pockets.
There was
So
no entry fee for the
yeah, so
contestants.
this is giving back to the community, giving poets a chance to see their value, because quite often no one appreciates poets in this country,
Or artists,
or
period.
artists in general. Yes, that is very true. So we're doing what we can. To do a little bit is better than doing nothing. And I know Monica understands this too, because she's launching a organization now that helps young women. So
Trafficked
yeah,
women.
traffic young women
Hmm.
actually. So anyway, we love you all. Hope
We
to
do.
see you guys come to the Poetry Slam on
On Saturday. It's gonna be lit. No pun intended.
Yay! And a spoiler alert, you're gonna see me dance. That's just, if you wanna see me dance, you
Got my
come
ones ready.
to the to the Poetry Slam. I'm gonna dance early, and I might dance later. You wanna see? Want to see me move something yet? So anyway, that's it. For nothing else, come see me dance. Yeah, and listen to some good poetry. That'd be cool. Well, Jill,
All right, we love you
we
all.
love you all. We're gonna turn off video as we usually do, and we're gonna fade out music.
And hopefully
I
we
think,
can end the show.
And we're gonna try to end this show.